Wrestling fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble!
And now, please welcome at this time your hosts, Graham GSM Matthews and RJ Marceau. You're listening to the next era of wrestling radio. This is WrestleRant Radio.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WrestleRant Radio here today for October 16th, 2025. I am Graham GSM Matthews. He will soon be Mr. Marceau as he rejoins us here in a second. Welcome to WrestleRant Radio. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh shit, Mick Foley's here. Mick Foley joining us.
Dude, I am freezing. I gotta go grab my comfy.
It went from like 80 degrees to like 60 in the span of a week. It's called global warming, my friend. What's going on?
Doing good. I literally turned the heat on to get the chill off. It ain't working.
No, it ain't working. It was cold when we went to Bound for Glory. Spoiler alert. We talked about it briefly last week, but we were at Bound for Glory in Lowell, Mass. on Sunday, a complete impromptu trip. And it was freezing on Sunday as we were waiting in the rain. Took a long-ass time to get back. But it was a successful trip. You still reeling from BFG and the thumbtacks that we saw and the hardcore war match and everything else?
Oh, my God. That was terrible. But, no, overall, I thought it was a fun show.
Yeah. First TNA show for you.
Yeah, first TNA show. I thought it was good. We missed the beautiful people getting inducted in the Hall of Fame, which I'm still a little upset about. But overall, I had a good time.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. My first TNA pay-per-view, Mr. Marceau's first TNA show, period. We will get into that here today. We will also be talking about Crown Jewel from last Saturday. It feels like an eternity ago at this point with everything that's happened in the last week. A few more releases on the WWE end that we will give some quick thoughts on briefly in a little bit. Seth Rollins, out of the vision. I mean, we're gone for a week and look at everything that happens. Rollins out of the vision. They boot him out of the group on Monday night during the Raw in Australia. Not a pre-tape show, just aired at 8 o'clock in the morning. And kind of the reaction slowly coming in over the course of the day on Twitter. Definitely a pretty drastic shift, drastic pivot for WWE. We will be getting into that at the end of today's show. I'll do some quick predictions for WrestleDream as well, coming up on Saturday from AEW. But listen, I was not going to talk about this here today. We have so much to talk about as it is already with everything I just mentioned. I'll try not to make this a fucking 3-hour show here today, as long as Dynamite and Collision were last night. But we will get into this first in just a few minutes after I go through the housekeeping stuff here. But Bleacher Report's top 25 WWE superstars of this century dating back to 2000, of the last 25 years. I will talk about exactly what this list is, whose list this is from the site, and what our list is. I already had my list because I contributed to the list that was put out yesterday on Bleacher Report, created quite the stir on social media, as all this shit does from every website, every podcast that does it. Mr. Marceau, on a fucking whim, put together a list of his own that I don't know what it looks like. He doesn't know what mine looks like. We know what everyone else's, or the overall sites looks like. But we will get into that in a couple of minutes. I'm very excited to discuss it. I just laughed looking at the overall list. My list is somewhat similar to the one that was put out. Some people are drastically different. But nonetheless, this is WrestleRant Radio for October 16, 2025. Thanks to all that can join us live and that will be joining us soon on the VOD. New episodes every single Thursday right here on the channel in video version. You can check them out every single Thursday morning, afternoon. Also, the audio version when it goes up on WrestleRant.com, WrestleRantRadio.com, all major podcast platforms. Shout out to the channel members, Alexis, Miss Maud Matthews, Dillon, DiGiacomo, Mrs. Renee, DJ Swerve1, at Swerve1 on IG. Daniel Malcolm at I'm Quarter on X, Mr. Marceau himself at RJ_Marceau on X, John Ritland right here on YouTube, Real Honesty with John Ritland, Richie as well, Red Planet Wrestling here on YouTube, and Average Grunt at Grunt Wrestling.bluesky.social on Blue Sky. More information on that down below. You can also like this video, subscribe. All that support is greatly appreciated. And turn on notifications to find out every single time content gets uploaded here to the channel and every single time we're live for hashtag AskGSM and WrestleRant Radio on Tuesdays and Thursdays, respectively. I will go through this quickly from the chat. Again, thank you to those that are joining us live. I'll probably go back to the chat, intermittently after each segment that we do here on the show. See a lot of stuff here from Fernando. Asking Mr. Marceau your favorite match from Bound for Glory and Crown Jewel, and your least favorite match from Bound for Glory and Crown Jewel. We'll give her overall thoughts and reviews of the shows later, but what were your favorite and least favorite matches from each show?
Favorite match for Bound for Glory had to be Slater and Evans. Obviously, the finish was fucking terrible, but
yeah,
hands down, was easily the best match. The worst match for me was easily I would probably say the hardcore match. I just didn't care for that. I just don't care for that shit at all.
Yeah.
I mean, the gauntlet, call your shot gauntlet was kind of dumb as well, but I made it through it.
Yeah.
Best match of Crown Jewel. I'd probably go Cody and Seth. I really liked that match. I thought it was really good. Least favorite, I mean, I thought they all were pretty good. I guess you'd probably,
I would say Roman and Reed.
Roman and Reed was I thought it was what it needed to be. I mean, people were like, oh, it wasn't a great street fight.
They're all the same, yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'd say my favorite the best was the main event. Worst was the opener.
Yeah, I guess you could say Tiffany and Stephanie because it didn't have, it had stakes with the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Well, what the fuck does that even mean? Who gives a shit? But I liked the match. I actually liked the match more than most. I enjoyed Stephanie and Tiffany.
I thought Stephanie and Tiffany was really good.
Yeah, it only got 10 minutes. The main event got almost 30. But, other than that, it was a really good match. And I thought Cena and Styles, I thought was great. Way too many, bazooka, finisher fest shit. But I get it. It was an homage to their past rivals. They just went a little bit too far with it. We talked about this on Sunday when I saw you at Applebee's before Bound for Glory, but no, I agree with that. I still love the match, though. That would probably be my match of the night. And then the tag team match, the women's tag, they were put in a tough spot because they had to follow Cena and Styles, and they still went out there and had a great match. Rhea's from Australia, so they were going to be into her regardless. But the match itself was great. No surprise given who was involved. I would just say, the worst was the opener, was Reed and Reigns, but even that wasn't a bad match. I thought it was good for what it was, like you said. Which show did you like better, he also asked? Crown Jewel or Bound for Glory?
Crown Jewel was better than what I thought it was better than Bound
No,
for
I
Glory.
agree. Bound for Glory was good, fun being there, but Crown Jewel is definitely, objectively, in my opinion, the better show. We'll talk about Wesley a little bit later on. He asked about where we'd like to see him go and perform. I'll talk about him later on. He got released this past week, unfortunately. Do we think we're going to see Jericho back in WWE sooner rather than later and have a match with Cena? No, fuck no. I don't think so. The only way Cena wrestles Jericho is for his last match, and I would fucking hope that's not the case. I know he's a classic rival of Cena's, and honestly, if Jericho was back sooner and they did it on a random PLE or on a Raw or a SmackDown, I would have no issue with it because they've had a million matches over the past 25 years. But it's a little bit too late for that. I don't even think Jericho's contract expires until January anyway. So, no, I don't think it happens. I know there's been a lot more conversation about him today from Meltzer saying he's probably gone and WWE expects him in. I don't think we see him before December at this point. He'll probably be, I would expect him, honestly, around the Rumble time. He also asked about El Idolo Andrade and where the fuck he's been. I had seen from Meltzer today, for those asking about it,
He said that there's a 90-day non-compete.
A 90-day or some sort of non-compete. And he didn't lie about it. I think Fightful cleared that up because someone was like, oh, he lied to Tony Khan about not having a non-compete. That's something that their legal team would look into. I don't think it's an Andrade issue. It is an Andrade issue, but it's not something he did wrong. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Why would you not look into that?
Didn't he know that he had a 90-day non-compete?
I would hope. I don't think he purposely lied about it. But why would AEW?
No, I don't think he purposely lied about it either, but he should know.
Yeah.
If he does or not.
Yeah, so he can inquire about going elsewhere. It was a very weird circumstance. I know it wasn't reported at the time when he got let go. He did have a 90-day non-compete. We all figured he did. This is not an Aleister Black situation where he had 30 days instead of 90 or 60 or whatever the fuck it was back in 2021. Andrade just showed up within weeks of leaving WWE expecting to not have a non-compete because he didn't last time. And now he might be in trouble, and they haven't mentioned him since. So, not exactly a great situation, but I assume he will be back soon. Nathaniel joining us. What's going on, brother? He's got the Celtics winning the NBA title. Von Tell said, Tiffany Stratton is just ... fascinating to me. I know she still gets cheered, but damn, everything about her screams heel, LOL. I hope she turns back sooner rather than later. I've said this before. She is a great heel, but they just turned her babyface. And if I had a choice, I would rather turn Jade first, because we haven't seen Jade Cargill as a heel in WWE yet. And Bianca, when she comes back, it might be not for another 5 years at this point, but I would turn her heel first, in my personal opinion. Fernando also asking, what are RJ's NFL picks for the weekend? We were watching the game. We were watching the game at Applebee's on Sunday.
We did. We watched Tampa Bay and San Francisco at the Applebee's on Sunday. It was a good time.
Yeah, what are the games this weekend?
There's a lot of them. I guess Buccaneers Lions will be a good one. That's Monday night. It could be a Sunday. Eagles Vikings. That sounds like a pretty good game. There you go. My Sunday games: the Eagles Vikings. Monday, Buccaneers and Lions.
Who goes over? Oh, you got Lions and okay. Well, no, they're facing each other. You said Buccaneers and Lions.
Buccaneers are going to win, and the Vikings are going to win.
Okay, Vikings and Buccaneers. All right. Noob, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining. Nathaniel asked, we'll talk about the Seth Rollins stuff at the end of the episode today, but he asked, how do you feel about CM Punk or Brock Lesnar replacing Seth Rollins as the head of the division? Would you do that?
That's a question for me?
No, I was asking you.
No, at this point, I feel like they're on their own. I wouldn't put anyone else with them.
Just to put it lightly, I think that'd be completely fucking moronic. I don't know why you would do that. Why would you replace Seth, who is in more of his prime, than CM Punk, who gets beat all the fucking time? And Brock Lesnar's never around. I mean, no offense, Nathaniel, I just think that idea is completely fucking stupid. Why would Breakker go from answering to Seth and then answering to Brock or CM Punk? Like, it's not 2010 with the new Nexus anymore. And even that was a stupid idea at the time. But anyway, I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think it will. Braun Breaker's not going to hold up the World Heavyweight Championship just to give it to fucking CM Punk or Brock Lesnar. Do WWE superstars keep the crown jewel belt? No, I don't think so. Richie talking about Mike Santana. Yeah, new champ. We were happy to see it. Richie, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining as always. Millennial Noob talking about Kabuki Warriors match. Enjoyed that. Christopher talking about Mercedes Moné officially tied Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship. Will break Jade's record tomorrow. That is true. She is breaking the record tomorrow, and then soon after that, she'll probably drop the championship, I would imagine. Noel also joining us. What's going on, guys? So what we're going to do now, like I said earlier, we're going to start the show with the most controversial topic, and I did not have this originally on the docket for today because there's so much else to talk about. We'll see how long this goes. Top 25 WWE superstars of the century. I will go back to the chat in a little bit. If you guys got questions about something else or comments, I will go back to them after we discuss this. But we gotta get this out of the way. The other day, Bleacher Report, or not even the other day, yesterday, we put out a list on the site of the top 25 WWE superstars of the last 25 years. Not of the last 100 years, not of the last century, of this century. And just to make it clear, this was not just, I mean, it's probably made clear in the article itself. I haven't seen it exactly word for word. But just to make it clear for everyone going nuts over this, I mean, it is our overall opinion, but it's not something each of us agreed on each person at each number with, okay? This was a cumulative list of about, I think, 8 to 10 people. I have a different list. Mine actually varies quite differently than a lot of other people who ranked other people. And Shawn Michaels was a hot topic of discussion. I'll talk about where I ranked him if he's even on my list. We'll get to it. I know you have that face. So people got really upset. Or not everyone got upset, but it was a hot topic of conversation on Twitter yesterday. And we do it with 8 to 10 people. Like for example, if I rank someone at number 1, that person has 25 points. If someone else puts it at 10, they get 15 points. And then you average out the points, and that's where we put them. So that's what happened, and that's what the list is. Like I said, mine differs quite a bit. So what'd you say?
Mine differs as well.
So that's also what I was going to say. Mr. Marceau, on such short notice, put together his own list. I was just going to read out the overall list and see what he said. He actually put together his own list on a whim. Texted me first thing this morning, said, I got my 25. He said, let's fucking go. And I'm curious what you guys think as well in the chat. So for those tuning in or after the fact, please let us know. I'll probably put this up as a separate excerpt on the show, on the channel, so you guys can also chime in on that. So here is the list from Bleacher Report that we put up yesterday. You can find it on the site. Here is what it is, 25-1. I will do this list first. 25, Kofi Kingston. 24, Booker T. 23, Kevin Owens. 22, Dean Ambrose. 21, Cody Rhodes. 20, Stone Cold Steve Austin. 19, AJ Styles. 18, Batista. 17, Shawn Michaels. 16, Jeff Hardy. 15, Eddie Guerrero. 14, CM Punk. 13, Triple H. 12, Brock Lesnar. 11, Edge. 10, Daniel Bryan. 9, The Rock. 8, Seth Rollins. 7, Kurt Angle. 6, The Undertaker. 5, Chris Jericho. 4, Rey Mysterio. 3, Roman Reigns. 2, Randy Orton. And number 1, John Cena. So I will also say that on the back end of this, we had no criteria. Like, we didn't all agree on a criteria. We just all had to agree, like, it's not like, oh, Hogan wrestled a match in the 2000s, so, like, he's one of the greatest of all time, so he should be in the top 5. No, it has to specifically do with what these people did in the last 25 years. Not before it, not Stone Cold's work in 97, 98, 99. Only of the last 25 years and how long he was active. Mr. Marceau has his own criteria. They had to have wrestled for 5 years, and he'll give his list in a second. We didn't have our own criteria aside from what they accomplished in the last 25 years. So I also want to make that clear. Mr. Marceau, would you like to give your opinion on this first, or would you just like to give your own list?
I would rather just give my own list because
Okay.
I think it makes it easier.
All right, go ahead.
So I did have a prerequisite. They had to be active for 5 years within 2025. So Stone Cold is not on my list because measuring his like barely 2 years compared to other people, I mean, people are gonna freak out.
I'll send you guys Mr. Marceau's address if you want to burn him at the stake.
Yeah, if you want to, whatever, you can come to my house. All right, 25-1. 25, AJ Styles. 24, Booker T. 23, Cody Rhodes. 22, The Miz. 21, Sheamus. 20, Big Show. 19, Kane. 18, Eddie Guerrero. 17, CM Punk. 16, Kurt Angle. 15, Daniel Bryan. 14, Batista. 13, Jeff Hardy. 12, Edge. 11, The Rock. 10, Seth Rollins. 9, Chris Jericho. 8, Brock Lesnar. 7, Triple H. 6, Rey Mysterio. 5, Shawn Michaels. 4, Undertaker. 3, Roman Reigns. 2, Randy Orton. 1, John Cena.
Wow, okay. So I will say this, a few things. You did actually have some of the same people at the exact same number as me. And 2, your top 3 is the exact same as BR's overall list. Cena, Randy, Roman. I have some of those are very similar to me. Some of those are very different. Here is what I ranked at my 25. Mr. Marceau's big issue before we got going here. Understand, and we'll break it all down here in a second after I give my list. His big issue was no Big Show.
No Kane.
No Kane. That was your big issue. I will tell you off the bat. Oh, also, people were making a stir. You said I didn't see this over Bray Wyatt not being included. Love Bray Wyatt. Rip.
Agreed.
Love the tribute to Crown Jewel. He's not on my list. He ain't on your list. He ain't on the overall list. I'm sorry. I would not put him over certain people. Just my opinion. I did not include Big Show. Genuinely, I kind of forgot about Big Show. I'm sorry. I did not include Big Show. But I feel like my 25 is still legit. Like, I feel like some of these people should be on there over Big Show anyway. 25. I'm glad you included him in your list because I included him too. I don't put Kofi Kingston on my list. I like Kofi. Kofi's not top 25 of the last 25 years. I'm sorry. Although he's been active for a lot of that time. Instead, I would put The Miz. A staple of the last 25 years. Former WWE champion. He's won every title. Consistent presence. Bigger star than Kofi. I'd put The Miz at 25. People might get mad at that, but it is what it is. 24. Kane. Put Kane on my list. I don't know why he's not on the overall list. I agree with you. Big Show might be on my list. I would still put Miz over Big Show, sorry. But Kane, he was, he was there for a long time. World champion, won every title, a lot like The Miz, longevity. Something to say for that. 23, Sheamus. 22, Cody Rhodes. And I'm glad we agree that he's like lower too, because it's not like he did all this. Like he's the guy now, but only for the last like 2 or 3 years. We're talking 25 here, people. And we're not including like the fucking Stardust shit because that stuff sucked. Anyway, 21, Dean Ambrose. 20, 20. Well, where did you put Dean? Is he even on your list?
Not even on my list.
Oof. Okay. We'll talk about it. 20, Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I will say this real quick. That is what it was close to on the overall list. Where did you put him again? You put him lower too, didn't you?
He's not on my
he's not
list.
on it. Yeah, he's not on your list.
I have a qualifier. It had to be 5 years. He wasn't active for 5 years.
I'm sorry. I think I just saw like the first 10 when I tweeted what I said yesterday about people would burn me at the stake if I showed you where I put Stone Cold. I didn't see that the overall list, they also had Stone Cold at fucking like 21. I put him at 20. I thought they put him in like the top 10 or some shit. But Stone Cold was barely active, so we'll get to that too. 19, Eddie Guerrero. 18, AJ Styles. I was looking at my list while you were speaking too to see where we put certain people. 17, a little bit lower than you, Jeff Hardy. 16, I think lower than you. I think you put him higher. The Rock.
The Rock's 11 for me.
Yeah, no, he's 16 for me. We can get into the nitty gritty in this in a second. 15, top 15 now. Batista. Where did you put Batista?
I had Batista at 15.
Yeah. Okay, we had him in the same number. 14, Kurt Angle. He's not top 10 for me. I'm sorry. He was not active long enough. You had him around that same. He wasn't in your top 10 either. Wasn't he 16 for you or something?
16 for me.
Okay. Yeah, we're around the same one on that one. 13, Daniel Bryan. He was higher on the overall list. 12, Seth Rollins. I have him fairly low. 11, The Undertaker.
Oh my God!
We can get into it in a second. 11, The Undertaker. He's not top 10. 10, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? People are going to be fucking
I don't know if
pissed.
I can handle after you just said Undertaker 11.
Well, no, I think you'll get a bigger reaction out of this. I'd be surprised. Barely inching out The Undertaker to close out the top 10, Roman Reigns. I will explain later.
I gotta know who the next fucking 8 people are.
I will explain later, but I have Roman Reigns at 10. Fuck top 3. I don't agree with yours or the overall list. I had him at 10. Sorry, I'll get to it later. 9.
Way too high. Same with Undertaker.
Way too high or way too low, you mean? Or like...
Way too low.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
The Undertaker not top 10 is blasphemous.
Oh, you think he should be higher? Wait, who did you have him at?
Undertaker's my number 4 for me.
Number 4? Okay. I thought he was a lot lower for you. That's why I thought you were laughing. Okay, we'll get into it. 9, Chris Jericho. The Learning Tree. Where do you have Jericho? Isn't he the same thing?
I think he's 9 for me, but I have all these people in front of him.
8, Shawn Michaels. He's not 17 for me. Let me make that fucking clear. I don't agree with 17.
For me, so I can't. There's some wiggle room.
Where
I
is
can
he for
only
you?
imagine. Okay, keep going.
No, where is he for you?
He's 5.
Okay, so it's close. 7, CM Punk.
Ugh, way too high.
6, Rey Mysterio. We agreed with that one.
I had Rey Mysterio at 6.
Yep,
though.
we agreed. 5, Edge.
See, that's way too high for me.
We'll get into it. 4, Brock Lesnar.
Okay, he was in my top 10, so I don't have any issues there.
Where was he again for you?
9th.
9, okay.
8th.
Yeah, people are going to be upset at this one. My 3, since it's not Roman Reigns, Triple H. I have Triple H at 3. 2, Randy Orton, and 1, John Cena. So the top 2. 4 was Brock Lesnar. So that's my list. Well, let's get into like where we would rank certain people here. You don't even have Dean Ambrose.
I feel like the Edge and CM Punk for you have like your CM Punk and Edge undies on, so you put them a little bit higher.
No, so
like I love Rey Mysterio, but looking at the list, there's no chance he was top 4.
Dude, Rey Mysterio. Okay, here's my criteria and why I don't put Roman Reigns at 3. Rey Mysterio, Edge. Maybe not. Okay, Taker. A good portion of his career happened in the 90s. We're talking 2000 Taker to 2020 when he retired. He was active for 20 years. Yeah. The latter 10 years, he was a part-timer, and a lot of those matches were awful. But the first 10 years, he had a very good first 10 years. I mean, one of the greatest of all time, but since it's only like the last 2/3 of his career, I can't put him over Jericho, whose career really took place in the last 25 years. He debuted in 99, and he was a much better star for WWE during that period than Taker was.
I Bigger star? No way.
Not a bigger star, but a bigger career, a better career.
I don't even think you can say that. Undertaker was
fucking hurt half the time. He was hurt.
See, I just don't agree with that.
But he had some amazing streak matches. Sure, I agree with that. CM Punk, one of the best of the last 25 years. Changed the industry in 2011. I know he was not active for... We're not talking AEW here. That doesn't count because this is just WWE. CM Punk, one of the biggest stars of the last 25 years. Transcended wrestling to a certain degree.
What do you think the fucking Undertaker is?
But he had more... he had a better run in the last 25 years, even though Taker was active longer.
See, I feel like you can't put those guys over Roman Reigns either.
But Rey Mysterio is a far better and bigger star than Roman Reigns.
That's just not true.
Rey Mysterio.
Roman Reigns has been the guy for 5 years. The guy.
Sure.
The guy. Not one of the guys. The guy.
People will still remember and respect more of Rey Mysterio's work long term. What Rey did during his period was far bigger and better than Roman Reigns. I'm sorry. Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is amazing. But I think all of these people, when you talk about the greatest of all time, I would put every single one of these people above Roman Reigns in that conversation. I'm talking ever, let alone the last 25 years.
See, I just don't agree with that.
Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, I know he was a part-timer for most of it. Far bigger star, far bigger name.
You keep saying star. I just don't think, box office, it's Lesnar and Roman Reigns, and no one else even close.
Triple H, to me, I put him at 3. I know it is high.
And I think that's also way too high too.
That's high, but he dominated the 2010s or the 2000s.
Yeah, because his fucking father-in-law is the guy running the company.
So did Roman Reigns. You could say the same thing about Roman Reigns, though.
The problem I have with Triple H, and I think I've thought about this more. This is something I feel honestly, I'm a big Seth guy, but I think it's starting to rub. For me, Triple H and Seth Rollins are the guys that work with the guys that draw the money.
Yeah, no, that's true. I completely agree.
Same with Rollins champion. It just him as champion to me does nothing. I just feel it's so boring. Similar to Triple H's Reigns. They're all kind of the same. His chase or the opportunistic of him winning, it's great. But him actually being champions, I could care less.
I agree. So maybe I would knock him down a few pegs. But I still feel greatest of the last 25 years. Brock, his entire career's been in the last 25 years, and he's been around a lot longer than fucking Roman Reigns and done bigger shit and better, too, at certain points of his career. I mean, yeah, Roman of the last 5 years, I see what Alexis is saying in the chat. He's had a great last 5 years, and he was great.
Great 5 years.
Great 5 years. We're talking 25 people, 25.
Which I understand, but, you're also, I just don't. I think he's higher than that.
I have him at 10. I was generous to be okay, I'll put him in my 10. He's not 3 for me. I just feel and someone said to me on Twitter last night that's undisputable. That absolutely is disputable. Cena and Orton, I will not budge on. I know you won't. And we all agree on Cena Orton because they are the biggest stars of the last 25 years. I'm just shocked that people have Roman so high because he wasn't around.
Because he is the guy. You have to think of when WWE started getting popular again, he was the reason. He was the guy. Roman Reigns
3 years ago.
You're saying his matches and all this other stuff. It's then he got all these other people over. His stardom got all these other people that broke off from him even bigger than they were even close before they even aligned with him. So you're looking at just his matches and stuff like that. He was such the guy that no one you knew Roman Reigns and then it's everyone else.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess here's another thing. He was the guy during one of the fucking worst periods in company history. It means less than being the guy when in the 2000s, when there were guys everywhere. You could have made any one of those guys the guy. You could have made Cena the guy. Orton, Triple H, Brock, Edge, Ray, every one of my top 10. Punk, Michaels, Jericho, Taker even. I mean, all of those guys were bigger. Roman came up in a period where you had fucking Jack Swagger as champion, Jinder Mahal as champion, Alberto Del Rio as champion. I mean, there wasn't much competition aside from the other 2 Shield guys, in my opinion. You have Daniel Bryan. He just was not active long enough for Daniel Bryan for me to be even top 10. Is he one of the greatest wrestlers of all time? Yes.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan wasn't my top 10.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying for other people because I think the overall list had him at 10. I don't agree with that.
He wasn't. He was over for 1 year, over super over for 1 year, and then he got injured, and then it kind of fell off the wheels from there. That's someone who loved Daniel Bryan, but that was me when I saw him. I'm like, that he's way too high. His peak was legit 1 year, and then he got hurt.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, and see, Alexis is saying the Roman Reigns thing, what he did for the Bloodline era. Again, guys, tunnel vision. 5 years, but where were you from 2005? I mean, the evolution dominated WWE for like fucking 5 years. Look what that did for WWE. You want to talk about, who did what for WWE? Look what Triple H did for WWE with Evolution. Did his reign of terror suck? Absolutely. But he fucking held that title hostage for years on end.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
He had some great matches. I'm not putting Benoit on the list. I mean, not murder aside. I would still probably put him not on there over. Like, I would probably put the Miz on there over fucking.
I don't know. I think Roman should be higher, but
I would maybe put him over Chris Jericho. Sean's work from 2000 to 2010. Okay, so he came back in 2002, and you had him higher, didn't you?
2002 to 2010. Yeah.
So it was only 8 years. We're not counting Crown Jewel 2018. That didn't.
Sean
that
is
count. 6.
Sean's 5th on my list.
5th. That is a big difference between 17. I think that's egregious. Okay, Shawn Michaels had some of the greatest matches of all time, and he's a notable, like everyone knows Shawn, not everyone, but Shawn Michaels is a very notable name.
Yeah, that's why he's 5th on my list.
No, I know, I'm just saying, I'm also disagreeing with the overall list. Like 17, I don't know where the fuck that came from. That means that people that also voted on our team put him lower than 17. That's the average, dude. That's the fucking average. I don't know where that came from.
No, I think that was probably the one especially that came, like Stone Cold, like I said, I think it's harder because he only wrestled for a few years. And even then, like even 2002, like he wasn't very active. 2003 was more like the Sheriff Austin doing random shit. So realistically looking at 2000, 2001,
yep, that's it.
2 fucking years.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels literally came back for 8 years. And like I said, he had a really good run, like great matches throughout this whole span. So the fact that he was 17 is, especially when like Kurt Angle, they had like Kurt Angle out of him. Like he was only in the company for like 5 to 6 years. And at the end, he kind of was like an ECW kind of falling off. Daniel Bryan, he had that one, like I said, I'm a huge Daniel Bryan. Besides 2013, 2014, he was like, yeah, he was in the mix, but like that, besides that 1 year, he wasn't really the guy. Shawn Michaels was like, everyone knows who Shawn Michaels is. Like, that was crazy that he was 17. Crazy, man.
No, I completely agree with that. Stone Cold Steve Austin being as low as he is, I mean, he's not even on your fucking list, but like he to me, in those 2 years that you just said, was a bigger star. I mean, you could say the same thing for Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has been the guy for them for the last 2 years. 2. That's it. So I would still put Stone Cold Steve Austin, how big of a name he is, over Cody Rhodes, Dean Ambrose. I put him over Sheamus, who I think should be included. Kane, Miz. Those are like the longevity guys. They're like, hey, you've been here long enough. Let's put you on here because you've done your Kofi, I'm sorry. You're going to have to sit on the bench. But, Kofi, Bray, sorry. Like, you guys don't crack the top 25. Eddie Guerrero, same thing. Only active for what? Few years in WWE? 4 or 5 years? I mean, he wasn't really active for all that long, but the work that he did in that time was phenomenal. So, I mean, that's why he should be where he is. Jeff Hardy is a notable name. AJ, I feel like the work that he's done in the last 10 years has been phenomenal. No pun intended. That's why I put him in 18. Batista, massive star. We already talked about Kurt. We talked about Daniel. Rollins is an interesting one. Where did you have Seth Rollins? Where was Seth Rollins in your list? I think he's looking at his list. Oh, I think you're muted. Can you hear me? No, I still can't hear you. I can't hear Mr. Marceau. Oh, 15? Hold on. Give me a second. I don't know why I can't hear you. We lost. I can see you, but I can't hear you. Hold on. You guys are going to be seeing double of me for a second. Hold on. Give me a sec. I don't know why this isn't working. I think it's me. I don't think it's you. So give me a second. I can still see Mr. Marceau, but we cannot hear him. Let me try this real quick. Hold on.
Hello.
There we go. I can hear you. Okay, give me 1 sec. Let me get you back going here. I'll get your camera up 1 second.
'Cause I don't really wanna feel like I did.
Hold on. Okay, now I can see you and hear you. Perfect.
Perfect.
So you said you had him at 15.
I have Rollins 10.
Okay, Rollins. I mean,
the thing with Rollins, which I agree, but like he's also done he's literally done everything. So like he has to be up there.
No,
like he's won Money in the Bank multiple times. He's won Royal Rumble. He cashes the two of the greatest cash-ins, the two best cash-ins of all time. He's main evented WrestleMania. He's won like big matches. Like I feel like he has to be top 10.
I guess, but what is your rationale for The Undertaker being at 6 or 4 or whatever you had him at?
He's 4 for me.
Why is he 4 for you?
Because he's like one of the biggest stars in the last 25 years. What do you mean? Like, I don't think there even needs to be rationale. When he did the American Badass stuff was pretty good. Then he returned as The Undertaker, had a couple of world title runs, had the great matches with Batista, John Cena. You go through the list. Then he went through the 2010s, Shawn Michaels. Then obviously it kind of fell off at the end, but I mean, WrestleMania, those WrestleMania matches were great.
I still think the work that these other people I put in were better than his, like Rey Mysterio and Edge and Brock. They all had better runs in the 2010. Yeah, Punk. Yeah,
I see like Brock for me is just more of like the star power. Like he wasn't having amazing matches.
Taker probably has had. I mean, I don't know. Taker was around more, I guess, but
around more, obviously. Brock was around for 2 years, then he left, and then he came back, and he's been pretty much a part-timer since.
Yeah, but his first 2 years there, from 02 to 04, were amazing. But then you also have to include some of the matches with Roman in recent years, the matches with
You also have to add in the shitty matches with Roman the last couple of years, yeah.
Well, you can add in Taker's shitty matches, too.
You're gonna add in Brock versus Ricochet from fucking Crown Jewel, or
okay, here's this blasphemous bullshit in the chat with Alexis saying, "Okay, but the Bloodline didn't suck like Evolution did," and then Fernando
Evolution was amazing, Alexis. I saw that and it got me a little heated.
What? The Evolution? First of all, you were pooping in diapers at that point. Second of all. What is this nonsense that Evolution sucked?
Evolution was amazing.
It gave us two of the biggest stars of the last 25 fucking years. Number 2 on our list is because of Evolution. What are you talking about? Randy Orton is on this list because of Evolution, dude. What the kind of fucking nonsense is that?
Same with Batista.
I have him at 15, but still one of the biggest
I
names.
almost put Flair on my list. But I didn't.
No, you can't. You can't. You're only grading off of 6 years with old man Flair. He did some decent stuff on that time, but The Miz has had a better 25 years than Ric Flair ever did in those 6.
That's why I put The Miz on.
No, I agree. I know we're on the same page.
Okay, so Batista was great. Orton was great. Triple H was champion. Flair like rejuvenated his fucking he was an old man, but like rejuvenated his career. I mean, that's blasphemous. That Evolution was bad.
That's crazy. Now she's just said she's rage baiting, which I mean, it has to be. She has to be lying on that. That is blasphemous. Go fucking fire up the WWE vault and watch Evolution. The matches with Benoit, the ending of Evolution with Triple H and Batista, it literally made them into stars. What are you talking about? Orton is not number 2 on this list without Evolution. He's just not. But Fernando asked about The Rock. I have him at 16. You had him where? You had him higher, didn't you? 12. Okay, so I have him at 16 personally because he was far more active than Stone Cold was. His return run has a lot to do with that. He left in 04, did not come back until 2011. But the stuff with Cena dominated WWE during that period. He's also, like, even just last year, the Final Boss stuff was great. I know these are little samples, but I would still put what The Rock did and the star power he was one of the biggest stars in wrestling, specifically in 2000. When Stone Cold went down with an injury, The Rock basically replaced him as the guy of the company. 01 had a massive year. 02 left to go film I think 01 was when he filmed The Scorpion King. I mean, 02, 03, 04, he was filming movies, but when he was there, he was a big star. And then every time he would come back from 2011 to 2013, big star. Made appearances and didn't really wrestle in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, whatever the fuck. But I don't know. I would still put The Rock higher than like a Jeff Hardy or an AJ with some of this, because I feel like it's less of a sample size, but his work was better and more important to the company than, like, if you take The Rock out of the equation in the last 25 years, it makes a bigger difference than AJ Styles being out of the equation, in my opinion. So you have to kind of relate it to how important they were to the era they were a part of.
Wow. So then you should take that and put that in with Roman Reigns.
I knew you were going to fucking say that.
Because you just said that. If you take Roman Reigns out of the last 5 years, WWE might be, AEW might be taking over. You take Chris Jericho away or Edge,
I guess.
You still have a decent product there.
I guess. I mean, this list is
literally saying and eating his own words.
This list
in that
is,
moment, I had to jump on it.
This list is men's superstars, not wrestlers. If it was wrestlers, Jericho is probably top 5. Okay, but if we're going overall stars, I might switch it from Roman and Jericho. I might put Roman at 9, but I'm not putting him over Shawn. Shawn was far fucking better from 2002 to 2010 on his worst day in his pinky finger sitting on the toilet than Roman Reigns has been in the last 13 years. Facts.
Yeah, but you're saying wrestling. I'm saying, like, it's the whole package. It's not just your moves.
Yeah, but he's the Shawn.
Roman Reigns comes out, people literally throw babies.
Sure, but Shawn Michaels is not just great wrestler. I didn't put fucking Roderick Strong in my list. I'm talking like Shawn.
I'm not saying he's only, but like
he's not just wrestling.
Roman Reigns as the whole package is bigger than Shawn Michaels.
It's not. I mean, Shawn Michaels will be more remembered, even not including his 90s work, will be better remembered for that period that was more influential than Roman Reigns.
Disagree.
Facts. Wrestling was bigger and better at that point, and he still stood out as one of the best of that era.
I just disagree.
Okay. All right. I'm still putting Punk over Roman Reigns.
Which is also blasphemous, too. But like I said, that you must have had your CM Punk undies on making that one.
People don't like that. People aren't going to like that I put Edge at 5, but I still put Edge's entire career took place in the last 25 years. I still think he had a better overall career than Roman Reigns. Sorry. And Roman Reigns is a bigger star now, but Richie, get this Jinder Mahal title reign bullshit out of the conversation. Big superstar right there. Jinder made 26 for me. Sorry. Yeah, RJ got me on this, Fernando says. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not conceding on this. I stand by my list. I'll move Roman a little bit higher, but I'm not putting him over Rey Mysterio. I'm not putting him over fucking Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's entire career in WWE took place in the last 25 years. Better matches, more emotional connection. He didn't hold the title for 5 fucking years. Big whoop. Okay? Rey is better overall than Roman Reigns.
I disagree.
We talked about it last week how influential Rey Mysterio is.
I'm the biggest Rey Mysterio fan, and I can admit that Roman Reigns had a bigger impact than Rey Mysterio did.
Rey Mysterio is more influential and a bigger name than Roman Reigns, period. Not even close.
I just disagree.
It's not 2025, sure. But in 2002 through 2008, 2009, 2010, after the Rey Mysterio has been a staple in this company. The masks, so like crazy. Roman in 2015 was the guy during a period that fucking sucked.
You're just, like I said, you're just missing the bigger picture. Like Roman Reigns made people bigger. Like that's how big Roman Reigns was. He made the same with Cena. You get that same with Cena. Like Cena made like these other people that weren't that great seem better because they were working with John Cena. It's the same thing as Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Rey Mysterio was great, but like him wrestling Kid Cash and fucking Velocity in 2004, like great. Like
Edge did not move the needle like Roman Reigns did, Fernando. I agree with that. But I still put Edge's career overall in the last 25 years over Roman Reigns. I just do. Is Roman a bigger name? Like, did he make more of an impact? I'm honestly, I don't know.
That's like saying like insert so-and-so, oh, they had a better wrestling career than Hulk Hogan. Like, that's like basically saying that I can't even name you someone, but like, oh, they were a better wrestler, so like they were bigger than Hulk Hogan. Like, no.
Bro, do you want me to pull up my top 25, my top 50 of all time? Hogan was like 3. I mean, I agree with you.
3.
What'd you say?
You should be. Who's your Mount Rushmore? If you have someone said, who's your Mount Rushmore? Here we go.
Hold on.
Who's your Mount Rushmore?
We're getting into this right now. Let me pull up my fucking list from last year. I could tell you off the top of my head, but I'm going to go off the list that I did for this site. We did 25 or 50 top wrestlers of all time. I will give you my list, and then we'll move on after this. Let me see. Where the fuck is it? Nope, it's not there. Give me a second. I will tell you my Mount Rushmore and who I have on my list. Clark, what's going on, brother? Come and go. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Top 50 greatest of all time. This is as of March of 2024 and who I have on my list.
What's the criteria?
I think we had criteria for this one. I don't remember. I'm going off of like biggest stars, overall impact, best in like ring, mic, longevity. We did have criteria. It was like in-ring, mic, longevity, impact. So not stars. This is not my Mount Rushmore, like wrestlers importance-wise. It's not. So this is going to sound weird, but I'll give you 5 here. I have Hulk Hogan at 5. 4. I mean, I know you're going to click off, so I mean, I'll just preface it by saying
I'm going to put my thing over the leave button right now.
4, I have Bret Hart. Bret Hart is one of the best. I mean, it's not. I mean, that's not egregious, but I mean, I know.
I thought you were going to say Edge or something else.
Okay, listen, I'm not that much of a mark. 3, John Cena. 2, Shawn Michaels. 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those to me are the 5 greatest of all time in WWE. Bell to bell, mic, in-ring, overall package, everything, and impact.
I just feel like
I feel like that's notable, you know, right? I mean,
so you're missing Dwayne. I think
I have him
when
at 8.
I look at a Mount Rushmore, I understand what you're saying, bell to bell, but at the end of the day, it's draw. I think impact. Rock could do a fucking people's elbow and the people go crazy. Like, I think you got to look at star and, like, I know what you went with Shawn and Bret because I feel like, yes, in-ring wise, they were the greatest, but, like, actual impact, especially in the 90s, like,
yeah,
that's probably one of the worst drawing periods of WWE of all time.
Sure.
It's got to be, Hogan's got to be on the list, obviously. Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dwayne's got to be in there. Because without Stone Cold and Dwayne,
yep.
I think Dwayne has to be on there. I mean, Roman, I think Roman's got to be up there.
I have him at 12.
Of course you do.
I don't know what I was thinking though, because I have Edge at 18.
I mean, if you had to go by eras, the last like 40 years, it'd have to be Hogan, Stone Cold, Cena, and Roman.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Of eras, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
if that's what your Mount Rushmore is. Yeah, I can agree with that. But I mean, if you're going off of like the biggest superstars of all time, then yeah.
Well, you're saying greatest superstars of all time. You had Roman 12, but in the last 25 years, you had him 10.
Okay, I should have put him a little bit higher. I'll take the L on that, but I'm not putting him above Rey Mysterio. I think I went into each list with a different mindset. Because Roman,
I guess my thing is with Rey Mysterio. I love Rey Mysterio, but I feel like I think Roman's higher.
Star power wise, sure. Better career, Rey Mysterio, without a doubt. How many people would aspire to have the career of Roman Reigns? I mean, I guess if you want to be the guy, sure. Okay, I guess that's it. I won't even go forward.
Most WrestleManias of all time. Win the Royal Rumble. Have the championship for the 4th longest reign of all time. Rey Mysterio. Have a shitty World Heavyweight title run. Have 15 knee surgeries.
The most influential Hispanic talent in WWE history. Full stop. Better than any title reign that Roman Reigns could have ever had. Literally generational. Generational talent. Roman Reigns, you could fucking make out of
He was a generational talent, but like I also feel like I feel like if Eddie doesn't pass away, though, I feel like him and Ray are at the same. Like, they'd be 1-2. I feel like Eddie passing, because Ray was hurt a lot, which you're failing to realize that, like, he was hurt a lot. He was, like, every year he was getting his knee done. Like, he was hurt all the time.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Eddie's legacy is still amazing. I had Eddie Guerrero 19 on this list from last year. 50, yeah. I had Kofi Kingston. Kofi made top 50 of all time for me at the time.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think Roman's got to be higher, and Undertaker. But
all right, Taker, I have at 6 on this list of all time.
But you have him fucking 11th in the last 25 years.
Yeah, because the last 25 years, he had fucking 11 knee surgeries. The match
No,
with
that was
Roman Reigns.
Rey Mysterio that 11 knee surgery.
Okay, but Taker was having worse matches than Rey Mysterio and cut worse promos.
I just say it.
Rey Mysterio wrestled far more and far better
outside
matches.
of like a couple handful of Rey Mysterio matches, I couldn't tell you like great matches he had.
Is that a serious question?
It is a serious question.
Great Rey Mysterio matches.
Yes.
In the last 25 years.
The greatest match he ever had was before fucking 2000 alone.
Sure.
Okay.
All of the Eddie matches from 05. 06.
There were good matches, okay.
Great matches, but it's
good
okay.
Good matches.
Great matches, but it's fine. Kurt Angle, SummerSlam 02.
Okay. I agree on that one.
Anything from the SmackDown 6 from 02.
See, you're just picking random TV matches. I mean, you can't even name one.
2006, the WrestleMania Triple Threat.
Was a decent match.
Okay. Let's go.
I'd put any Taker Shawn match over any of those Mysterio matches you just named.
Sure. That's one match. Or two.
Two matches.
Two. There you go. You got two. That's once a year. Ray was working the other 364 days too.
Okay, I would take Taker and Ric Flair over any of those Rey Mysterio matches.
Blasphemous.
Great, underrated match from WrestleMania 18.
Great match. Rey Mysterio had a better impact than Undertaker.
I'm the biggest Rey Mysterio fan, fighting to knock him down further. Like I said, I think he was hurt so many times. I feel like maybe he could have been bigger, but like it just wasn't.
Yeah.
I almost put Dom ahead of him, but
oh my God, don't be that blasphemous. You're gonna get the fucking pitchforks at your house. The next thing you know, my God.
I will say, Alexis saying that Evolution was bad is probably the most blasphemous thing that has been said so far, but we'll let it slide.
I agree with what everyone else is saying, talking about, the IC title matches with Jericho and Ziggler that Ray had. I completely agree, Grunt. Those were great. Survivor Series 02, No Mercy 02, the tag matches 02.
That's all 1 year.
Eddie is generational. I agree, Clark.
Like I said, I'm the biggest Rey Mysterio fan. I still think Undertaker should be there.
Fernando, yes, Roman did make big stars out of Sammy and Jay, but not as big of a star. Like, I know you're not going by Alexis's logic, but to say that the Bloodline made bigger stars out of Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, who are already fucking 40 years old, than Triple H did out of Batista and Orton, who were young and made two of the most recognizable names in wrestling history.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Batista wasn't really young, but yeah.
Okay, he was younger than I think.
He was like the same age. He was a fucking old man.
Still a bigger star than Sami Zayn or Jey Uso combined.
No, I agree.
Yeah. I think we got Alexis out of here with that nonsense. I can't believe she said that. We have to have a discussion later. That was I can't believe she said that. That's crazy work. Crazy. Oh, the Bloodline's amazing. Okay, the last three, you're talking 2000 and 2020 to 2022 is better than Raw's Triple H Reign of Terror from 02 to 05? Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. You're saying Raw in 2021 was better than Raw in 2003?
The Bloodline story overall was better than what Triple H's Reign of Terror.
Yeah. Yes, it was. The overall story, yes, but they furthered the Evolution stuff week to week. I mean, Roman Reigns was around once a month.
Bloodline. A lot of the big Bloodline stuff was on Raw.
A lot of it was on SmackDown.
That's also true.
And Richie said, I kind of agree with RJ. Dom is a better full package than Ray on paper. Ray couldn't cut on the mic to save his life. Dom can at least generate heat and by all means can get it done in the ring. I mean, Rey Mysterio is still...
I was more just being blasphemously funny, but Rey Mysterio was never the greatest talker, but...
Sure. I mean, he got better over time.
Dom couldn't even lace his boots, for Christ's sakes.
I mean, in 2025, let alone in his peak. I mean, Ray's peak, Dom was... I mean, come on. Dom's in-ring ability is probably 10% of what Rey Mysterio could do when he was the greatest of his career in like 02. It's not even close. We could talk about this all day. I mean, there's a lot that we could say and argue about this, but there's other things to discuss. But what a discussion. I had zero idea that we'd be talking about this as in-depth as we were today. But that list had to come out, and the internet had to go crazy over it. So the next list that comes out, we'll discuss that too. But maybe I'll reconsider making Roman Reigns a little bit higher next time. But until then,
when Roman main events another WrestleMania and wins another title, maybe you can bump him up one.
Which is hopefully no time soon. Anyway, we'll move forward here. Let me pull up what we were going to talk about next. We had some releases in the last week in other news. They let go of their next Roman Reigns and their next Undertaker, their next big stars. I kid, but we had several releases from WWE, including a lot of LFG talent, a lot of Evolve talent. The most notable names from the list I want to get your thoughts on. I mean, Stevie Turner wasn't that notable of a name. She was the assistant to the GM on NXT. Still far better at her job than Ava, who's fucking terrible. I still stand by that. She's awful. I wish she was in that role over Ava, but it is what it is. The top two names were Ridge Holland and Wes Lee. Ridge Holland is not that surprising. He has not been on the show in months. No disrespect, he got better, but he was never really that great. He peaked years ago. He was wearing a fucking headband, for God's sakes, recently, and like TNA, Wrestling Moose. I mean, this guy's stock had never been lower. I'm not shocked they let go of him. What I am kind of surprised at, contracts are contracts. I still think they should pay him for the time that he's out because he got injured on their watch, and now he can't make any money because he's gone and his contract expires next month. He does not have a 90-day because they're allowing his contract to expire, and he just got hurt and he's out for 6 months. So they are paying for his rehab. They're not going to pay him beyond that, which, again, legally they don't fucking have to. I still think they should because he got hurt wrestling for TNA, and he did not get paid extra for that. We were talking about that the other day. Like, do these people get paid extra for working TNA if you're an NXT talent? The answer is no. And Wes Lee also was let go. Wild to me because he was exceptionally talented. I feel like the writing was on the wall, though, like I told you a couple days ago. As soon as they brought in people like Javon Evans and other people like that that could do what he does as good, if not better, they kind of stole a lot of his thunder. They turned him heel. That completely killed any momentum Wes Lee had. And I don't think, like, I put you on the spot right now. What do you do with Wes Lee on the main roster? I would have still put him on the main roster over firing him, but it's not like they had a concrete plan of like, oh, let's, fucking put him in the IC title picture. Bro, they have a million Wesleys they're doing nothing with. They just re-signed Santos Escobar. Like, are they going to do jack shit with him? We'll see. They're still trying to do shit with Dragon Lee. Penta, Ray Phoenix they should be doing more with. Wes Lee was not going to get called up and have an immediate plan. I'm not saying they should have fired him. I'm just saying they should have found something for him to do, but I'm also not shocked they let him go. Disappointed, but not surprised. Mr. Marceau, your thoughts on the latest round of releases from WWE?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't overly surprised. Like you said, a lot of them were the LFG or NXT people. Wes Lee, like you said, the writing was on the wall and they turned him heel. I mean, I felt like they kind of like pushed him for like a hot second and then it kind of went away. So that definitely helped. Ridge Holland, sucks that he got hurt and they released him, but he just was never that good. He was just kind of a guy. He had a good body and that was kind of about it. But he went back to NXT, tried to like change up his character a little bit, never really went anywhere, and then I guess he was in TNA Wrestling Moose, which I did not know about, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he's gone. I still think they should pay for him while he's out injured. I'm not saying they should re-sign him for a 5-year contract out of goodwill. I'm just saying they should make an exception in his case because he just got hurt, and then they let him go. Extend it by 6 months, pay him while he's out injured, and then let him go after that. I'm not saying keep him. He's not going to win the fucking NXT title, nor do I think he should. I just feel like that would be best. It's not a great look for the company, if nothing else. Hunter mentioned that he said that Wes regressed after his back injury. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he wasn't the same Wes Lee that he was 2 years ago. Like, we went to Battleground. He had that great triple threat with Joe Gacy and Tyler Bate. I really feel like the heel turn had a lot to do with it. Wes Lee was still a great in-ring talent. They turned him heel, and they put him with the guy that we interviewed, Tyson DuPont or whatever his name is, Tyreek Igwe, I think his name is, his partner. They're both great, but, it just wasn't really clicking, and it never really worked, and they kind of gave up on it, and they took him off TV, so... Richie said, you mean to tell me that Carmelo Hayes can sit on the main roster, but Wes Lee wasn't going to cut it? Yes and no. I mean, I still would not have cut Wes Lee. I think we can all agree, though, Carmelo Hayes I would put higher in the pecking order than Wes Lee. Carmelo Hayes, especially in NXT, bigger star. I would put him in the ring on the same level, if not better. Wes Lee's in-ring talent is great, but he's also a far better package, too. I mean, Carmelo Hayes can talk. Wes Lee was not, he was cutting good promos. Carmelo Hayes gives off more of a star aura. He's a, bigger name by NXT standards, and he was a far better talker, too. Carmelo Hayes, they should also be doing more with. Wes Lee, they just didn't really have anything for him to do. So, Where do you think he ends up? Maybe AEW? I mean, I could see him in like MLW or something.
TNA would look great on Wesley.
TNA would be great, but do you think he'd be like, hey, fuck you guys, I'm not going to go work for the company you guys are still working with?
But why would he go to AEW? They have 1,000 Wesleys.
They do have 1,000 Wesleys, but it'd be the next biggest. I agree, but at least it would be the next biggest platform, and at least he might actually be on television. TNA would be great. I think TNA would be perfect, but he's already been there, and he might not want to work with the promotion that WWE currently works with. Unless he goes to fucking MLW or something. There's not many options because it's like Ring of Honor is owned by AEW. That Ring of Honor would be worse.
Yeah.
AEW would be nice, but I don't know. It kind of depends on what they do for him. They signed Ace Austin a couple months ago. He's been on TV once. They put him in Bullet Club Gold, and I've barely seen the guy. So unless he got hurt, I don't really understand that. Speaking of AEW, I want to go through this quickly. WrestleDream predictions coming up on Saturday. Mr. Marceau, the AEW aficionado that you are, I want to get your thoughts on what you think is going to happen coming up on Saturday. They got a couple pre-show matches, Jet Speed, FTR. I mean, I guess I'll go through those two. Who do you got going over, Jet Speed or FTR?
Oh, I got to go put FTR over.
Okay. I got Jet Speed winning that match. Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale versus Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. I'll go Cameron and Willow Nightingale.
Got to go Cameron and Nightingale.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to switch my pick to FTR. So I agree with you on that. Because they just lost to Adam Copeland and Christian, so I feel like they should probably win here. This is a random match. O'Reilly, Strong, Cassidy, and Tomohiro Ishii, your favorite, versus the Death Riders, Claudio, Daniel Garcia, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta. You got the conglomeration guys or the Death Riders? Not that it really matters.
Both teams have fun. I don't care.
I'll go Death Riders. Hurt Syndicate and the Demand in a tornado match. This is the rubber match. The Hurt Syndicate won the second match. Demand won in the last pay-per-view. A lot of speculation. Cedric Alexander could show up here now that his TNA contract has expired, unless he extended. We just aren't aware. I think the Hurt Syndicate win here, maybe with an assist from Cedric Alexander, but I think they win regardless. What do you think?
I'm going with the Hurts.
All right. Jamie Hayter, Tekla. I think Tekla suffers her first loss here. I think Jamie Hayter's really got to win. I'm going to go Jamie Hayter.
I'll go with Hayter as well.
Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe, AEW TNT title. This was their grand plan for Briscoe after he beat MJF at All Out a couple weeks ago, and he's going for the TNT title. I don't think he wins. Fletcher just won the championship not long ago. What do you think?
Oh, sorry. I'm pretty sure Fletcher just won the belt, so I wouldn't take it right off him.
I wouldn't either. Your favorite type of match, as is mine, $500,000 match between Jurassic Express and the Young Bucks. And like I told you on Twitter, at least this match to me makes sense.
No, it's fucking stupid as shit.
No, it makes sense because they're out like they're broke. They need the money.
No. It's so dumb. This is so stupid.
I'm going Jurassic Express. They just reunited. Why would they lose?
I'm going Jurassic Express as well.
Brodito versus Okada and Takeshita, the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, by the way. AEW World Tag Team Championships. I would not mind if Okada and Takeshita won the tag titles, but why delay the inevitable? Takeshita should be away from the Don Callis family at this point. Go babyface, turn on Okada, blah, blah, blah. Don't give him the tag titles just to delay that whole shit. I think Brodito wins.
Same.
Darby Allin, John Moxley. I quit match. Darby Allin win. Please move on. Question mark?
I mean, Jesus Christ. We're still doing this? After a fucking coffin match, we're going to do I quit now? Darby wins, LOL.
Chris Statlander, Tony Storm, AEW Women's World Championship. It would be fucking stupid to take the belt right back off of Statlander, who just won it. I keep the belt on Stat, or does Tony get it back, you think?
I think Tony's going to shave her bush this time, so I'm going to go with Tony Storm.
Okay. Trim your bushes, bitches. We're going all out. Hey, listen, she said it herself. If you trim, it says it right here in the notes.
Yep.
The criteria is in here, too. I forgot to give the criteria earlier because of that. Grunt said no more Bucks, please. I agree, but I still think they're going to be around for a while longer. And last but not least here, Adam Page and Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship. No doubt in my mind Adam Page wins here. Should be a fun match. Do you think we get a surprise champ, or does Page retain?
I just put my mortgage on Hangman Page, so hopefully he wins.
I agree. I got Adam Page as well. All right, Mr. Marceau, we're not going to do a match-by-match breakdown here, but we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. Want to get your overall insight on your first TNA show, Bound for Glory this past weekend. Fun show. My first TNA pay-per-view, your first TNA show, period. We had a new TNA World Champion crowned in Mike Santana. The Hardys and Team 3D had a tables match. It was the match that they had for the TNA and NXT World Tag Team titles. I think we were actually in the minority on not really liking the match. I saw a lot of positive feedback on it after the fact online. Slater and Javon Evans killed it for the X Division Championship. Unfortunately, that finish was fucking dog shit with Darkstay coming in. And that was after they already did the double count out. We thought that was garbage enough. And then they restarted it, and then they fucking kicked you right in the balls again, which I thought was terrible. The rest of the show is fine. We had Hardcore War. Kalani Jordan still Knockouts champion. I'm still crying about that personally. Mr. Marceau was very happy about that outcome. Kazarian and Nick Nemeth are the Call Your Shot Gauntlet Battle Royal winners. The draw shit was terrible. The Battle Royal was whatever. Tessa Blanchard beat Gia Miller. Steve Macklin, new international champion, and the Inspiration retained their Knockouts World Tag Team titles. So, Mr. Marceau, what were your... No, Grunt said no more Bucks as far as because they're broke. I get it. That's funny, Grunt. What were your overall thoughts, Mr. Marceau, on Bound for Glory and being there on Sunday night?
I thought it was so-so. I mean, I thought some of it was pretty good. Some of it was pretty bad. One just complaint, the arena we went to, that they needed more concession stands. Graham,
I waited for at least 15 minutes.
He missed the entire hardcore match because of just every concession stand. There's lines at the yin yang. So that was kind of crazy. But no, I thought clearly all the NXT people were way more over than any of the TNA people. Kalani Jordan winning was great. I know Graham, I had to give Graham my shoulder to cry on after, but I gave him the flex, getting the little Kalani Jordan flex after. That was great. The hardcore match I had to watch. Unfortunately, it was terrible. We had the fashion stapler came out, got the little staple on. The head, the crotch region, the buttocks, terrible.
Usual dumb shit, yeah.
Eddie Edwards' wife took a fucking choke slam on thumbtacks. It was terrible to watch. I wanted to guard kids' eyes. It was so bad. The gauntlet thing, like I said, it was kind of weird. I'm not big into intergender matching. It's just like, why should
Morris Sade be selling for Nick Nemeth be selling for
Mod Sade is like fucking beating up Nick Nemeth. That's just stupid to me.
Yeah.
Xia Li, I can't think of what her new name is. She was like in with like a big guy. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Jake something or something like that, maybe?
Jake something, yeah, dumb. Tessa beating the other girl was whatever. It was kind of throwaway.
Yeah, match was fine.
The Hardy Boys and Dudleys, I thought the match was, I don't know if I say terrible, but I wouldn't say good. They didn't explain the rules. Jeff got 3D'd in like a minute. He was still in the match. Made no sense. He eliminated both Dudleys. They kind of just went to all the main spots from all their old matches, but like Bubba Ray was like gassed out in a minute. Devon looked like shit. It wasn't, honestly, I don't think it was a good match. I don't know how people could praise it. Like, yeah, there's a ton of nostalgia, but like the actual match was not good.
There's a lot of dead air too. They would hit a spot and then just nothing for like 5 minutes.
Literally. And then I thought the main event was fine. I think everyone knew Santana was winning, so it was whatever. But
yeah,
overall, I thought it was decent. But I'm surprised people thought the Dudley's Hardys was good outside of nostalgia. Because
no, go ahead.
It couldn't look better than what it was. It looked terrible live.
I was going to say that maybe it came across better on TV. I mean, it must have, because I'm not saying everyone loved it, but there was a lot of love for that match. Like, nostalgia-wise, Bubba Ray was promising ahead of time that you're going to cry, you're going to feel something. The post-match was well done, where they were like, congratulating each other, taking the boots off.
Give them the boots. Okay.
It was very, very, very over dramatic as far as like, our careers are over. Like, brother, Team 3D is not teamed up for a match aside from the one TNA 1000 match a few years ago. They haven't teamed up in 10 fucking years. Their careers have been over for like a decade. So why is this that big of a deal? The Hardy Boys were always going to win. I mean, the Dudley Boys winning the fucking NXT tag titles would have been terrible. So thankfully the Hardy Boys won. But it was just one spot after one spot. The swanton that Jeff hit looked like he almost killed himself and almost broke his fucking neck.
He hit his head on the ladder.
Yeah, that did not look great.
I thought we were going to get another Sammy Guevara fucking incident.
Yeah, from AEW. And the Bubba Ray finish just looked stupid. It looked dumb. He was just like, again, live. And looking back on it, I watched the video. I'm like, I must have missed something. Because they were trying to do, and Matt has said otherwise on Twitter, that it's not the Ric Flair finish. But it kind of gave me Ric Flair vibes, where it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I love you, put me through the table. No, like, it looked dumb. He just fucking stood there.
Like, they just let them pick him up and throw him right through the thing.
Yeah, Flair kicked out of the Switch and music or something and then got back up. And also, he was a lot older, I think. Maybe he wasn't. I don't remember. But he was...
He probably wasn't, honestly.
No, it was probably the same age. But he was standing there like this, ready to go. Bubba just was like... He was just like this. Just standing there. Didn't do anything. And again, the whole idea that, oh, they're eliminated, but they're not. They can stay in the match. I grew up where if in a tables match, in a tag team tables match, if someone gets put through a table, that person is gone. It turned into a handicap match. You thought the same thing. It was not that. They did not explain it. They went over the top with the... I mean, it was a great atmosphere. The people were hot for it, at least certain parts of it. But it didn't come across well at all. I wasn't a big fan of it when they announced it. I thought it was a great atmosphere. Outcome was the correct one, obviously. Wasn't a big fan of that. And I liked the main event. I thought it was a good match. But two things. One, this show is way too fucking long. We got there at 6:30 after sitting in traffic for 45 minutes. Honestly, thank God, because if we were there 45 minutes earlier, we would have been there for over 5 hours. It was excessive. It was way too long. I know it's the WrestleMania. You could have cut out the Tessa Blanchard match, trim the Battle Royal, trim the Hardys in Team 3D. My God. I mean, that was... excuse me.
You could have trimmed the extra fucking 3 minutes on Slater and Evans. You just gave us the Dark State fucking interference.
Yeah, to do the no contest or to do the double count out and then the no contest was dumb. I mean, give us a clean finish in that period. I saw that WWE had a lot of influence in that way, the way that was booked. I'm not shocked. It's all politics. They didn't want their guy to lose. I understand that. It still came across terribly. I was not a fan of that, but I still think also Mike Santana, it was nice to see that moment live. Richie, I know you were there at Slammiversary. They should have done it at Slammiversary. When they were in Long Island, they should have just put the belt on him there. He's from New York. It was a much hotter atmosphere when that match started. And also, one thing we forgot to mention, a lot of people fucking left. After that Hardys match, that arena did not completely clear out, but I would say a good 15% of people probably left, maybe 20%. But a lot of people left because that was like the main event of the night for them. It's a Sunday. People got to work on Monday despite the holiday. It's a fucking long night. The show did not get done until closer to 11. Way too long of a show.
It was way too long. I agree.
It was way too long. By the time the main event came on, and they were also brawling before the bell rang too. That was another...
Every match, there was a fucking jump start. Like, we get it. Oh, my God.
Yeah. The producers aren't talking to each other. It was just stupid. But anyway. Yeah, no, I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy being there. I liked it. You know, I know you enjoyed it as well. Certain things I would have done differently. Mixed bag of a show. But, you know, successful first experience for Mr. Marceau at his first TNA show. And I enjoyed being at my first TNA pay-per-view. Nathaniel asked, I don't know if you can answer this, but he asked, who do you think beats Bro Dito for the AEW tag team titles? Are there any AEW teams that come?
He's asking me?
He's asking you. The AEW connoisseur.
Oh, Christ.
Just don't say the Bucks.
FTR. I don't know.
Okay.
Couldn't even name you another tag team, so. We're starting to think of heels.
I'd probably go FTR too.
Yeah, I gotta go FTR.
Yeah. Grunt said, guess it was a smart move that they did not make Cope and Christian versus FTR a TLC match to counter program that tables match. They very well could have, and I would not have minded it. It probably would have been better than Hardy's at Dudley's because that match was
Hardy's and Dudley's was not good.
No, it was objectively not good. I know they're very limited, but in the Hardys, I think it still put on a great match. It was larger than
maybe
Dudley's.
they had to have dressed it up better on the broadcast, but being there live, Bubba Ray literally laid on the ground for 20 minutes.
He did. He was on the. I thought he died.
He went. He was supposed to go through a table. He was laying against it as they did the whole Devon Jeff spot. He was laying there dead. I'm like, This guy okay?
But then they weren't actually not legal. You can come back. Bubba Ray, while that swanton happened to Devon, Bubba Ray was laying in the ring for 20 minutes, and he didn't even go through the table. He was laying against the table. It looked very bad. Grunt said, I laughed a second ago because he suggested that the team to beat Bro Dito for the tag titles should be Wheeler, Yuta, and Daniel Garcia.
Oh, my God. Holy shit, that's terrible.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Grunt. That'd be awful. Hunter asking us thoughts on the recent Jacob Fatu injury news, and where do you go with Drew now? I heard it was rumored he might be hurt. That'd be fucking awful. I mean, he already missed enough time for no reason, and now he might be hurt. What you do with Drew, put him back in the WWE title picture with Cody and Orton. I think that makes the most sense, right? Unfinished business from WrestlePalooza?
Yeah, I agree.
I hope Jacob Fatu isn't hurt, but if he is, that kind of sort of fucking sucks. I guess we'll find out. Maybe FTR wins the tag titles and Cope and Christian face them for it and win it in a TLC match. Yeah, I could see that. Fernando said Okada and Takeshita should be the team to win the tag titles and have a two-man power trip type of situation. Listen, I love Okada and Takeshita. They're great.
No.
Move on. Takeshita is the IWGP fucking world champion. He should be on his own or close to it. Someone suggested this a while ago, and I agree with it. The Continental Classic is coming up. Takeshita should be the one to beat Okada for that title in the Continental Classic. Okada's been champion now for a year and 7 months. None of this long reign bullshit. We got to move on. Have him beat Okada for the belt. Putting the tag titles on them just delays that. Like, it just wastes time. They're a great team, but it delays that. So, no. In another situation, maybe, but in 2025, absolutely not. I'll ask you the same question, Mr. Marceau, about Crown Jewel. Obviously, we weren't there for that, so I'm not giving you our on-set report from that show, but we discussed that a little bit earlier. An overall good show. Bronson Reed picking up a huge win over Roman Reigns in an Australian street fight. I thought the match was fine, but the outcome was absolutely the right one. A big win for Bronson and really should catapult his momentum, ideally. Stephanie Vaquera knocking off Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Thought that was a really fun match. John Cena and AJ Styles, loved it. Little too many finishers, went on for a while, had to take out the bazooka. And like you said, it's not your finisher, so I get why they would kick out. I understand that, but they did that one too many times. And thankfully, they did not do the tombstone and he kicked out. Like, I see Chris Statlander do that to fucking Julia Hart and she kicks out a 1. Like, that's just dumb to me. But thankfully, Cena hit the tombstone and then the AA. I like that finish. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley knocking out the Kabuki Warriors. Really good match. And Rollins becoming the men's Crown Jewel champion by beating Cody Rhodes in a match that I actually enjoyed as well. I don't know if a lot of people enjoyed it as much as we did, but I thought it was a very good match. Paled in comparison, to their other matches from 2022, but still a strong main event. So I want to get your thoughts on Crown Jewel overall, Mr. Marceau. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and was it a certified improvement over WrestlePalooza from last month?
Well, I'll start off with that. Yeah, I thought it was a better show overall than WrestlePalooza. I thought it was a good show, not great, but that was good. I saw people kind of shitting on Stephanie and Tiffany, it was only 10 minutes. Like, not every match should be 20 minutes.
No.
We just it was a good match. It was a good match. So why do we need this it's not 20 minutes?
It's a pay-per-view.
So that annoyed me. But I thought it was a good match. I was kind of pissed Tiffany lost. I mean, that flippy badoodah that Stephanie did looked very stiff. I mean, she was laying like a fucking dropping a sack of wheat off a fucking cliff on her. But Rio was obviously really over, so that was good. Her and Io win. Love Rio.
Big Rio fan, yep. Rio
love
fan.
them. They're great. The main event, like I said, I thought the main event was really good. They ended with the storytelling. Rollins with the watch. Cody, that was great. Reed and Roman was whatever. Reed needed the win, so I'm glad that he just won.
Yeah.
What else did I miss?
Cena Styles. Did you mention Cena Styles?
Cena Styles was good. Like I said, the finishers got a little. By the end, it was a little tiresome. We discussed it. I know Cena's not the RKO specialist, so kicking out, but dude, how many times are we gonna do it? The RKO kicks out, hits this, kicks out, does this, kicks out. Come on, he kicked out of fucking phenomenal form, kicked out of an AA, kicked out of this. I get the whole they're paying homage, but it was too many.
I have to say on that front, by the way, I said this to you when I saw you on Sunday, just to clear this up, because someone really was trying to argue with me, no, it was definitely The Undertaker. The choke slam was for the Big Show. Did John Cena tell me that? No. But why would he hit a choke slam and then a tombstone? Why would you pay homage to, honestly, a rival that wasn't even seen as top 10 greatest rivals? That makes no fucking sense. He hit one tombstone, okay? That was the Undertaker homage. Why would he hit a choke slam otherwise? I mean, you could say, someone told me on Twitter it could have been Kane. Yeah, I could see Kane. I think it was for the Big Show. The Big Show was literally who he beat to win his first ever championship in WWE 20 years ago. It was for the fucking Big Show. Come on, man. He didn't do
the WMD then.
Yeah, the WMD is a terrible finisher. I'm sorry. He should have paid homage to. I think he was paying homage to Paul White with that chokeslam, not Kane and not The Undertaker. Definitely not The Undertaker if he hit the tombstone right after. But anyway, I enjoyed the match. Every outcome was the right one. I actually got all my predictions right from last week. I thought Cody Rhodes might win originally. I switched it to Rollins last week. Rollins winning, not clean, but without interference was the right call. I thought that was really good. I like the watch stuff. Very long match, but I did enjoy it for what it was. Ideally, this should elevate Bronson Reed, right, by beating Roman Reigns. He's only the second person this decade to have pinned Roman in a singles match, the only other person being Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40 last year. I mean, with Bronson Reed, we'll get to the rest of the division stuff in a second, but with Reed, though, this really should cement him as an upper-tier star and no longer at this, like, mid-tier, lower mid-tier. Like, he's got to be an upper mid-tier coming out of this, right, if not main event?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, obviously, what we saw with Rollins and them turning on Raw, I feel like he should be mid to upper tier. I mean, I feel like Breaker is the top guy, so Reed would slate underneath him.
Yeah.
Like I said, beating Roman, being one of the only people to actually beat Roman, I mean, it has to push him up somewhere.
Let's talk about that. The ending of Raw on Monday, the last major topic we'll get into here. Seth Rollins exiled from his own faction, a swerve that, quite honestly, I don't think anyone could say they saw coming. Now, they did tease it weeks earlier on Raw, last week on Raw, at Crown Jewel, earlier in the night on Raw. No one thought it was coming this soon. You cannot tell me with a straight face that you saw this coming as soon as Monday. No one did. And I thought the execution was great because they put up in typical Triple H fashion, they put up the executive producers, the lower third, show's over. And then Braun Breaker out of nowhere, after CM Punk became number one contender to the World Heavyweight Championship, I should mention that too, spears Rollins figuratively right out of his boots. And then it wasn't just that. They could have left it there. But instead, he went up to Bronson Reed and said, "You're either with me or you're not." And Bronson Reed, I thought Breaker was just going to split from the faction, but this was more than that. This was the end of Rollins out of the faction. It's not Breaker's out of the faction. Rollins is out. Reed proceeds to lay out Rollins with a tsunami splash, which was great, calling back to their feud from last year. And then Heyman, realizing that, seeing the writing on the wall, he aligns with Breaker and Reed holding up their hands and turning on yet another guy in 2025 after already betraying Punk and Roman earlier this year. So I thought the execution of this was great, and the timing was so interesting because this was not a tape show, but it aired at 8 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people did not watch the show live. They could have waited until next week, but clearly this paints the picture that Rollins is hurt. And I think Meltzer said on a show last night or in The Observer or whatever that he hurt his shoulder on that fucking stupid bump. And I said this to you, I think, when I saw you. What a dumb fucking spot to hit a headbutt from the corner of the ring. I know it was a coast-to-coast. Shane has done the move. RVD has done the move. He hasn't done that move. They don't do a headbutt. They do a drop kick or whatever the fuck. To do a headbutt, especially knowing what we know about concussions and the whole Benoit situation, I'm not saying never do a headbutt, but to do a headbutt from one corner of the ring to the other was fucking stupid. And it wasn't as if he suffered a concussion, mind you. He hit his shoulder, I think, on the way down. Now, it may have been a different move, but I could absolutely believe that is what got him injured, and now he's out of the picture for the foreseeable future. But, through these times where they have to pivot, we might actually get something very exciting creatively. And this goes along with a report that I was going to ask you about anyway here today, that WWE might be making some significant creative changes because of how they see people reacting to SmackDown and how fucking boring the show has been by and large for the last couple of months. SmackDown's in more dire need of a shakeup than Raw. But this might be what kind of gets people talking and gets them excited. Now, it's all about the aftermath. We talk about that every week. If they don't follow up on this properly, it was really for nothing. But I think for 1 week, it was an exciting shift. So what was your immediate reaction to it, and where do you think this goes going forward?
Yeah, no, I thought it was not that it was needed, but like I said before, Rollins just as champion, and even when he's been the head of factions, it just, I don't know, for me, I love Rollins. It just says always falling flat, very boring. He's better in chase, or kind of more like the opportunist than champion. I don't know, just as champion, he just doesn't really do much for me. That's been the case every time he's won it, especially when he's a heel. And this group just kind of felt a little off. People, this is the new evolution. But Breaker and Reed are already they're already well more established than Orton and Randy Orton and Batista were at the time. Breaker is the guy. He is the next guy. It's not like there's a thought. And I feel Reed is more than just a lackey. So them being his henchmen just never really sat well with me because they're upper tier. They're not a random tag team that are just gonna do his bidding. They are individual mid-card top level talent. So them turning on him, like you said, if it is Rollins is hurt, this could be like a blessing in disguise and just a great pivot.
Yeah.
The group itself just like left a lot to be desired, honestly. And you mentioned like maybe shaking up SmackDown. I don't really know how this helps at all.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, the problem with SmackDown is they've had the same champions all year. Pretty much every champion's been the exact same from the end of the year. So it's like there really isn't anything interesting on because it's the same people on top all year. I mean, Tiffany won the belt in January. Cody's been champion pretty much all year, or in the title picture with Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And Cena was never really around. Yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, Julia's the champion. Who cares? Sami Zayn's been probably the best part of SmackDown doing the open challenges, but couldn't even tell you the Wyatt Six of the tag champions. I blew past my mind for a minute. So, I mean, I think they just need to focus on the booking. Raw, I feel, is fine. This shakeup on the top should help because, like I said, I feel like people are kind of getting tired of the division.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everything else is pretty good on Raw. SmackDown could use a lot of changes.
Yeah, I don't know if it was last week or the week before. SmackDown, I think it was last week that I enjoyed the show. The tape show, they had Aleister Black and Damian Priest in the main event, which was a very good last man standing match. I like Zelina Vega teaming up with Aleister Black as a heel duo because they're married in real life, and it's a nice use of Vega. I like that. Nakamura being back, I could not give two fucks, but I thought the match with Sami Zayn was really good. I enjoyed that. You failed to mention the MFTs. I mean, they've dominated SmackDown for most of the year, and a lot of people don't give a fuck about them, which is totally fine. I like the MFTs. I'm not saying they get me excited to watch SmackDown every week, but they got face paint now, so that might be a bit of a shakeup, right? Oh, they got face paint, so that's exciting. Yeah, they got to make some real changes with SmackDown. In the top title picture, I think turning Orton heel would help. The women's title scene is fucking dire. I mean, I think Stephanie's great, but the Stephanie-Jade feud has been, or I'm sorry, not Stephanie, Tiffany, I'm sorry. Tiffany and Jade has been boring as fuck. The women's U.S. title picture has been terrible. I don't know if they need new faces or just better storylines. The Sami Zayn stuff has been great. The tag division was killing it for most of the year, and then after SummerSlam, it kind of fell off a cliff, and they really haven't done much more in that department. We don't really see DIY as much anymore and Motor City Machine Guns. It's really just the Wyatt Six and the Profits. The Melo Don't Miz stuff is moving at like a snail's pace. They got to shake some stuff up on SmackDown. I don't know if that's a fucking Road Dogg issue or what, but they have to shake up SmackDown. The stuff with the Vision, I like and I don't like. I don't like is, as I texted you after it happened, I'm more of a long-term guy, so I would have done the predictable path of Rollins probably loses the title soon, loses at Mania, and then Breaker breaks away after Mania. That's what we all expected to happen. There's nothing wrong with speeding up the process if they have a plan. Now, they had to speed up the process because Rollins got hurt. I think that's what happened here. But if they can make Breaker a main event guy, maybe put the belt on him, maybe not now. Like, who do you think wins the World Heavyweight Championship? Punk is the number one contender. Do you think they put the belt right on Breaker? Or do you think Punk takes it first or someone else? I think Punk will be the champion next.
I think Punk's the champion next.
Yeah, I think so as well. I don't know if Breaker beats him for it. This completely messes up the Mania card because I think a lot of people, as I did, thought we were getting Rollins and Roman at Mania. Presumably that's out of the cards. Rollins, per Meltzer, might be out until after Mania. So I would also not make Rollins a babyface when he comes back. He can be like an anti-hero or stay a heel, whatever. He's just got to stop doing the, I'm a revolutionary, I'm a visionary. That shit is fucking awful, wearing like the women's clothing and stuff. Like, it just doesn't really work for him in this character. And I'm in the minority. I like the Vision. I liked it when they first joined. They were not the next evolution. I agree with you on that. Some people immediately pointed to that as the next evolution. It was never going to be. But I like the group. I do agree they weren't really finding their footing as quickly as a lot of us hoped they were. But they were starting to gel there right towards the end, right before they booted Rollins. But what I don't think ever really made sense about the group, and they literally said this at Crown Jewel and on Raw, Breaker and Reed never needed the group. Like you said, it's not Evolution-esque in that sense, where Orton and Batista weren't established. Reed, and especially Breaker, were and are. I mean, Reed, I liked him joining the group because it put him in a prominent spot on the show. But the problem with him joining the group was, bro, he fucking annihilated Rollins week after week last year. Why would he willingly join Rollins? Rollins recruiting him, I can understand. Rollins sees him as a threat. Better to join him than against him, whatever the expression is. If you can't beat him, join him. I get that. But why would Reed, if he's like this monster on his own, why would he join Rollins? And then Breaker, before he joined Rollins, he was well on his way to the World Heavyweight title scene. He just dropped the IC title. He was already over. He was the dominant single star. He doesn't fucking need Rollins. So, again, they were just delaying the inevitable with Breaker breaking away from Rollins. They just did it on Monday because they had to. But I think this is a real opportunity to make Raw interesting and make a new main event star out of two guys, especially after Reed just beat Roman Reigns. How the fuck does he go back to losing to Jey Uso after this? And Jimmy Uso, who he did beat on Raw this week. I am excited by the angle. I think the execution was great. I'm just kind of more so curious. I think they did this on a whim because they thought Rollins was hurt or he is hurt. I don't really know if they know exactly where to go from here in the interim.
I was gonna say, but the thing is, like, you would have to split them off on shows, right? You can't have them both on the same show if they're going to both push them at a top level.
You could have Reed win the IC title. I know he's probably above that because he beat Roman, but you can have him working with it's tough because I don't want LA Knight to continue doing job duty. We're in a tough spot because LA Knight should be at a top level, but he keeps losing, really. Punk's got to win the title at some point.
Could he go to SmackDown and beat Sammy for the U.S. title?
Not Knight. I mean, he just came from SmackDown.
No,
Reed,
not
maybe.
Knight. I'm saying Reed.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they were just in Australia, so I feel like that would have been the time to do it. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I'm just trying to think of what they do because it's weird. Like, if they thought Rollins, and they did, obviously they did the fucking angle knowing he was hurt. What was the point of making Punk #1 contender? Because, like, he's on the poster for Saturday night's main event. That's where the match is going to take place. That was the original plan, reportedly, per Meltzer, was Rollins and Punk on that show. I think they just put Breaker in there on a whim. First of all, what has Breaker done to deserve an opportunity at the title? Reed has done more to deserve an opportunity at the title, not Breaker. Breaker hasn't done shit in weeks.
He held the belt up.
He did literally hold up the belt. That is true. I don't know what you do. I really don't. And then you also, not to mention, have the Bloodline stuff going on with them teasing tension. This also kind of messes up War Games, right? I think we talked about that previously with, like, it was very obvious they were setting up the Bloodlines, Roman and the Usos, Punk and Knight, or Cena or whoever, against the Vision, maybe Brock. You can't really do that now, right? I mean, with Rollins out of the picture, who the fuck does the Vision team with? I don't even know if I would do War Games at that point, but they probably will. I would also take that, by the way, over Wyatt 6 versus the MFTs. Absolutely no fucking thanks. That sounds terrible. I don't know how you really pivot from here, but I guess the fact that we don't know is what makes it exciting.
Yeah, I was going to say the uncertainty is what makes it exciting for me.
Yeah. And if the aftermath sucks and it falls flat and they're no more over without Rollins than they were with him, then, you know, we can talk about it when we get there. I'm not promising that it's going to be amazing. But, you know, I am excited to find out. I guess we'll see in due time. So we'll close it out here in a second. A couple questions for you. Nathaniel asked, or I guess he's just trying, he said, "Hey, RJ, I got a new Shaquille O'Neal Lakers jersey. You want to
There you go.
Fernando also said, would RJ ever spend money on a live AEW event?
I have.
We have. We went to a Dynamite.
I said we went to fucking All Out. No. Double or Nothing 2019.
Yeah, the first one.
First show they had.
We joke about him being an AEW aficionado, but this man right here that I'm speaking to went to the first ever Double or Nothing. We were there together in Vegas. That was his idea, by the way. That was not my idea. That was his idea. And we went there on a whim, which was great. We went to Dynamite about 4 years ago, but we were also at the second ever Dynamite in Boston.
Yeah, we've been to a few Dynamites.
Yeah, we've been to a few Dynamites. We've been to a pay-per-view. So, yes, he has spent money on an AEW show. Cena should have done the Kali choke slam. God, that would have been terrible. Well, Seth's injury history. Should WWE never put world titles on Seth again? I don't agree with that. I think Seth is like the modern-day Orton. Orton has gotten her so much in the last 20 years. But honestly, you make an excuse for top stars, right? I mean, if you make money and you're a top star, it doesn't matter if they get hurt 20 times. You're always going to put a title on them. Punk is like that. Seth, Cena was like that. Orton. I mean, I don't agree they should never put a belt on them again. I don't think they need to do it again anytime soon, but I don't think they should deter them from ever putting a belt on them again. Let's see. Do I see the possibility of Storm and Statlander main eventing over Paige and Joe? Yeah, I could see that because Paige and Joe is extremely predictable. That is definitely possible. If there was any pay-per-view to main event with the women, it would be probably that one.
Well, Tony did trim her bush, so she should be in the main event.
She did trim her bush, and it is a family-friendly product, if you forgot. So, trimming bushes, family-friendly product, never forget. She might win. DIY and Motor City touring with NXT. Yes, I did see that. I think that's pretty cool. They should put the belt on Braun. They need to shake up the main event scene. Do Braun and Roman at Mania now. Very simple fix. I think Braun and Roman at Mania is a very likely possibility. I don't know if it's for the title, but I think I could see Breakker and Reigns at WrestleMania. I don't know what Breakker would have been doing otherwise, so I could see that. Could you?
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, maybe for the belt. I don't know what Punk does otherwise, though. That's kind of the problem. Fernando agrees. Put the belt on Breakker instead of Punk. Save Punk winning the WWE title from Cody at Mania. I could see that. I could see Punk winning. The Elimination Chamber was announced for Chicago this week, so he could win the Chamber there and then choose to face Cody at Mania. Tony, what's going on? Talk about Braun, Bronson, and Brock. Theory. Did you see that whole thing with Theory joining the Vision? That would be... I'm sorry. No fucking thanks.
He's still employed?
Yeah. He is still employed, and there was that dumbass rumor. I mean, I think it was from Meltzer, actually. He was like, oh, yeah, and this was before Rollins got hurt. He goes, oh, and War Games, it's going to be Theory and with the Vision with Brock. In what fucking universe would Austin Theory team with Brock Lesnar? This is not 2K25. Like, that sounded ridiculous. That would do more to hurt the group than benefit Theory, who is an absolute loser, and I don't care if you put the top title on him tomorrow. That would be as bad as them putting the belt on Jinder overnight in 2017. No one would give a shit. The Jinder stuff was bad. I don't think enough people would care about Theory. The damage has been done. I don't think people care about Theory at this point. I would not put him in I would not put him in the Vision, even if they're going to call him that. Does Seth drop his title in the match at Saturday night, Tony asked, or is it title vacancy? I think it's title vacancy. Because how can he wrestle if he's fucking hurt unless they do a quick angle? If they were going to do a quick angle, they could have done that on Raw. Hunter said, according to PW Insider, Andrade could be kept out of the ring for a full year for breach of his WWE contract. That would be subject to whether it could be challenged from a legal perspective. This whole thing could have been avoided if they just ran through his... I mean, again, like RJ said earlier, I'm not saying Andrade lied about the non-compete, but how does he not know if he is a non-compete? Doesn't their legal team look into this shit? Whether it be WWE
you signed the contract, you probably have a copy of it. You don't know what you signed?
You know what it is, I think? You don't know what your non-compete is if you don't pick up your phone. I think they just fired Andrade because the whole report was, remember, like, oh, they couldn't get in contact with him. You're not going to hear what your non-compete is if they don't tell you, if you don't talk to him, right?
True.
Yeah, so Andrade might be the smartest man in wrestling. Or evidently not if he can't wrestle for the next fucking year, which would be crazy. Nathaniel mentioned what you said earlier. His Seahawks play your Texans on Monday. Go Texans, baby. Hook 'em horns.
There you go.
Hook 'em horns. Yeah, Fernando, we did go to an AEW show a few years back. When does Orton go heel? Probably soon, I would have to imagine. Nathaniel said, hope Paige returns soon. I don't think it's anytime soon. I feel like if she was going to be back, she would have been back by now, but probably next day, maybe for a one-off or something. We'll see. Better chokeslam, Kane or Big Show? Good question. I'm going to go Big Show. Kane. Okay. Big Show is bigger, so it has more impact, but I like Kane. I like Kane's chokeslam more, but you think Kane is the better chokeslam?
I do.
Okay. I think that's about it. Naomi dropped the title, and now Seth. Amount of injuries this year is crazy. I agree with that. Fightful said that Andrade has a very good lawyer, so I don't know. Is it Jose the assistant from AEW?
No, it's Frank Mortis.
Will he go to TNA next? Who, Andrade? I don't think he's going anywhere.
What's up with, you know what, I had a question? What's up with Lyra being on NXT with Tatum Paxley still? Like, what the fuck is this?
I think they're doing something there with the two of them. I mean, they're trying to take Tatum away from Izzy Dame. Tatum, for those that missed it, became the #1 contender to the NXT Women's title on Tuesday, which is cool. She ain't fucking winning, but it's cool that she became #1 contender. That's another thing, by the way. JC Jane reportedly got hurt over the weekend. She's another one that may have gotten hurt. She might have to be stripped of the championship. But yeah, I don't know. I think they might just do Tatum and Lyra versus Izzy and someone in NXT to get Tatum away from the culling. I mean, I think it'd be cool if they called up Tatum to Raw to be with Lyra. Because, I mean, clearly you can't trust Bayley. She flip-flops more than, like, the weather changes, so.
She flip-flops more than Big Show face and heel turn.
I think that'd be cool, though. I like Tatum. I would like to see her on Raw. They didn't call her up with Gigi. They fired her. But I would like to see her with Lyra. I think they'd make for a good tag team. Although Lyra, they have big plans for next year. Hopefully that's real. I got
Same with Roxanne, who begging for title shots after she lost clean as a whistle on Raw.
And Finn Balor.
That made no fucking sense. Stephanie comes out, any new challengers, Roxanne, I want a chance. I'm like, you lose every fucking week. How do you come out and say I want a title shot?
Every single week. She lost that night. She lost an hour earlier. She literally.
I understand that.
Dude. She did not even lose an hour earlier. She lost in the segment right before Stephanie came out. I kid you not. I'm almost positive. They lost the tag match. Roxanne gets pinned clean as a sheet. And then interrupts Stephanie begging for a title shot. Why the fuck would you get a title shot? That makes no sense.
People are like, oh, the match is going to be great. I'm like, but why?
But she looked good in defeat.
So dumb.
No, that was bad booking. That was bad. Why? I mean, I love Raw's women's division. They have a lot of great women. Is it that depleted, though? They have no other options but Roxanne and Raquel right now? Surely they could use someone else. I mean, come on, man. Bayley and Lyra going for the belt would make more sense because they've won more matches recently. It's fucking stupid. I mean, Roxanne did win last week. She goes, "Oh, I was the last person to beat Io Sky." Yeah, but you've been beaten by everyone else since then. What are you talking about? Where's the logic? Oh, I beat Io Sky. Yeah, 3 months ago. You've lost 10 matches since then, sister. Take a seat. Ridiculous. Who retires first, if we had to guess? Randy or Samoa Joe? Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is definitely done in the next couple of years. Orton, I could see wrestling for another fucking 5 minimum. JC's fine according to Dave. Hopefully so. I mean, I don't really care about JC's title reign, but I don't want another title vacancy. That would suck.
What are they doing with Blake Monroe, by the way?
Nothing. I mean, she beat Zarya.
Take the belt off JCG and just put it on her.
Yeah, why are we wasting time? Why is Jordan Grace still in NXT, by the way? Like, just call up Blake at this point. Are they doing anything with Blake? Yeah, I have no idea.
She just wrestled on, she beat fucking, who she just beat on NXT?
Blake, you're talking about.
Yeah,
she beat Zarya.
Yeah.
She won.
Like, why? Yeah, I know she won, but like, what are we doing at this point?
Well, here's the thing. Did you also see? So she beat Zarya, but then they had a battle royal later in the show. Zarya was in the number 1 contenders battle royal, but Blake was not. Now, granted, Sol Ruka was supposed to be in the battle royal despite having 10 titles. She gave up her spot to Zarya, but Zarya lost that too. Why would Blake Monroe not be in the battle royal for a number 1 contender shot?
Because she's not going to win because she's not going to face a heel JC James.
Exactly. I mean, booking-wise, yeah. But, I mean, from a storyline standpoint, it's stupid. Would we want heel Lyra at some point? Yeah, but no time soon. She's getting over, so I wouldn't. What'd you say?
No time soon.
No time soon, but eventually, sure. Joe's retiring next year, Tony said. Joe AJ Bound for Glory 2026. I can guarantee you that will not happen. Joe's not going to TNA. Stephanie's facing Roxanne on Monday, but it's non-title. Well, Stephanie's probably winning that match too. Maybe they'll set up Stephanie and Raquel, but she ain't facing Roxanne for the title. I'd be shocked if Roxanne won that match. Yeah, title's becoming more jewelry and less defended. I could see that. Anyway, yeah, they have more women they can use. They just choose not to. I think Roxanne's great, but they don't protect her at all, so she doesn't mean anything as a championship threat. If she meant more, then sure, her and Stephanie would make sense. But she currently doesn't, so no. I don't agree with that. But anyway, Mr. Marceau, this has been a long show. We had a lot of discussion on that top 25 of the WWE Superstars of the Century. I'm going to clip that, put it here on the channel probably in the next couple of days for those interested. Check out that conversation. Heated debate on our top 25, Bleacher Report's top 25, where we rank certain people. We will be back next week talking all about it. Fernando asking about SmackDown. What were you expecting on SmackDown? Hopefully better creative. That's all I could say.
Hopefully not Julia versus B-Fab or Meechin for the 10th time.
Or Kiana James. I just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing here?
What a random question. Nathaniel goes, if you could date a diva, RJ, would you choose Liv? Not even asking, like, who would it be? You just asked Liv.
Well, they're women's wrestlers.
Yeah, exactly. Get it right, pal.
I'm not dropping the D word so loosely, Fernando. They've been... It's a great question. It wouldn't be Liv. I love Roxanne a lot.
Roxanne?
I love Roxanne. I love Lyra.
I'm going Old Faithful with Bayley.
I love Becky. I'd probably just go, since I'm going to be age appropriate, I'm just going to go Becky. But I said like Roxanne, she's not significantly younger than me, but young enough that it's just Becky's older than me. I'd be like a little puppy, so I'm going to go Becky.
Becky, good answer. Can't go wrong with any choice. A lot of great women, specifically in the Raw roster. SmackDown's got great women too, but their storylines are terrible right now with the women. But anyway, we'll be back next week discussing all of this, probably a little bit less. This was a very busy week. New episodes every single Thursday right here on the channel, YouTube version, youtube.com/WrestleRant. Also the audio version, WrestleRant.com, WrestleRantRadio.com, and all major podcast platforms. Check it out. Shout out to the channel members: Alexis, Miss Maud Matthews, Dillon, DiGiacomo, Mrs. Renee, DJ Swerve 1, Daniel Malcolm, Mr. Marceau at RJ_Marceau on X, John Ritland right here on YouTube, Richie right here on YouTube, and last but not least, Average Grunt at gruntwrestling.bluesky.social on Blue Sky. Be sure to like the video on the way out, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell to be notified every single time we go live here on the channel. We'll be back next Thursday for another all-new WrestleRant Radio, and before then I'll be live on Tuesday for #AskGSM. Until next time, folks, for Mr. Marceau, I'm Graham GSM Matthews. Enjoy the week and weekend, and we'll catch your ass down the road. Peace.
Join Graham GSM Matthews and RJ Marceau every Thursday as they run down their weekly wrestling rants, offer expert analysis, host exclusive interviews, and more. Subscribe today on all your favorite podcast platforms and never miss an episode of WrestleRant Radio.